Hi, good morning, everybody. Uh, how's my audio? Am I clearly audible? The audio is good, right? 1 second, I'm not able to hear you. So let me switch to. Now am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So, and can someone confirm whether my screen is visible?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you. So, good morning. So, I heard that you haven't received note. There has been some technical glitch or somewhere. Okay, so but you'll be receiving the notes today. Don't worry about it. So we'll just do a recap of what we did yesterday. Okay, and let me know if somewhere you have any doubts or anything you want, anything I should explain again. I'm okay with it, and we'll just do a quick recap. Okay, so then yesterday we discussed the importance, some introduction parts. Then we also gave some shortcut keys. Then what we discussed was cell references, relative, absolute, and mixed, when to use it, how to use it. Okay, it's all about, if you're writing a formula just to be used on a single cell, doesn't matter. Okay, but if you're writing one formula that needs to be filled or copied to a lot of other cells, then you have to give the right kind of cell reference. Clear? Okay, so then we saw some basic calculations. Then the if function, very important. That's how you change the flow of your code. Then we saw the how to give conditions. We discussed something important, that was the computer doesn't do what you say. Sorry, the computer doesn't do what you mean. Computer always does what you say. So what you say is very important. Okay, then how to use multiple ifs. Then we also discussed ands and or. Okay, then different grades. Then we talked about SUMIF. We knew about some basic functions, count, sum, average. Then it can be combined with like ifs. So sum can be combined with if to give SUMIF. Similarly, count. Okay, then we saw some wildcards. Okay, let me know if I missed something. I can explain it here. Okay, and just a second. I think I'm sharing the right screen. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then we talked about this COUNTIF's average, and we also did this example. Okay, I asked you to do, but you couldn't get the notes. It was there. Just try to do it. If you have any help, then let me know. Okay. Then date functions and text functions. How to format date and text. Okay, that was len, right, left, mid, proper, kind of that. Then we talked about VLOOKUP functions. How to get how to get values from another table to our cell based on some lookup values. Okay, then data sorting and filtering. So we talked about multi-level sortings and custom lists. Okay, then filter, how to do filters, text filters, number filters, that kind of stuff. Then conditional formatting. We also saw conditional formatting, how to remove duplicates. Okay, how to remove duplicates go to data menu, remove duplicates. Also, you can highlight duplicates using conditional formatting. We also saw that. Okay. So different kind of conditional formatting. So it's all detailed explained in the notes. I hope you can, go and explore the notes. You'll get them today. If you don't, like, we'll ask them to send you through personal mail. That's also fine. Okay, just once, can I take attendance? Okay, so Achal Korvi is there? Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Is there?
present. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then Jasmine, yes. Sorry, Jashim Rahman. Sorry. Jenith Jamson. Do we have Jenith? Jenith is not there. Manasa, yeah, I guess. Mudassir, I can see him.
Present, sir.
Nikhil, okay, sure. Nikhil, yeah. Then Anu,
Yes, sir.
yes. Okay, then Sai Srikanth. No. Okay. Sai Srikanth is there? Yeah. Sakib. Okay. Thank you. So we just don't have Jenith yet. Okay. Fine. Thank you. So yesterday. So yesterday we saw how to just a moment. Okay. So yesterday we saw how to, different data and text functions, how to clean data. So what does cleaning data means? Let's say you're getting a data set. There could be something imperfections. Let's say you have a very big product, quantity, sorry, rate, quantity, and amount. Okay. Okay. Then maybe pen, pencil, okay, box. That was 5, 3, and 10. So equal to B2 into C2. You saw this, right? And you can copy and paste it here. Okay. So let's say somebody writes an H or something here. Instead of a number, I'm writing an H. What will happen? We'll throw an error because 3 cannot be multiplied with H. Right? 3 cannot be multiplied with an H. H is a character and 3 is it's a different data types. So different data types cannot be multiplied. But there's a function called here is an hello, and here is, so there is a function called concatenate equal to concatenate. Okay, you can give n number of parameters. Okay, cell reference. So what will do, it will concatenate just an answers. If you want a space in between, just comma, just a space. So whatever it is, it's okay. But this concatenation, for concatenation you can use numbers can be used because it will be treated as you're not doing any operation on them, you're just putting them together. But for product, for this formula, it won't be possible. So most data set you get might have some impurities or imperfections that won't allow you to do your analysis perfectly. So how do you restrict them? Okay, so how to clean them? that you'll have to do. So let's say you have a very big data set and there is an H or something you want to see, then either do some formula, you'll see an error, or just sort it. Okay. When sorting, if you sort descending order, you'll get the characters first. Ascending order, so numbers have less value than characters. Okay, always. So I'm just getting it back. Clear. So today we are going to talk about data validation, how to validate data. Okay, so data validation is important because let's say there are some places. So I'm going to write an name or just employee code. Okay, so this is the punch in and punch out register. Okay, so punch in or just say login time, log out time. Okay, just that simple. I have A001, A002, A003. Okay, then I say, let's say just for a fun, let's add age. Okay, so have we talked about filling? No, right? So it's a different thing. You write 1, 2, 3, then select those all together, then go here on the bottom. If you drag, it will follow the same pattern called filling, pattern filling. So I write A001, it will follow. Okay, so what I want here is I shouldn't allow anybody. So let's say 25, some ages. Equal to rand between is a function to generate random numbers. 10 comma, let's say not 10, and to 15. Okay, I'm copying this. Okay, but the problem with rand between is every time you update anything, it will keep on changing. So why? Because there is formula. How to remove the formula? We talked about it yesterday, right? How to remove formula? Just copy it. Select those cells which you want to remove the formula. Just copy it and press Alt ESV. That is equivalent to going here in the home section, going here, paste and values. Okay. So nothing will change display wise, but there won't be formulas. This will be just numbers. So how do we do it? More, we'll do it again. So now there is formula. Every time I'm getting some changing the values, so I'll just select those. Control C, Alt, keeping by pressing Alt ESV. Alt ESV. That's all you need. Okay, now formula is gone. Okay, now we already have some values here. So let's just remove some of them. So that's how you remove. Just select the cells you want to validate. So validation is all about restricting invalid data to the cell. Go to data menu. First select the cells, go to data menu, and there will be data validation. Click on data validation. Then you'll see 3 tabs: settings, input message, error alert. Okay, so go to settings, allow. By default it will be configured to allow any type of values. Okay, just select whole number. Okay, you have whole number, decimal, list, date, time, text length, custom. Okay, I'm selecting a whole number. Okay, then I have different between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than or equal to. Our if cases, whatever we did in if. So let's say my employee's age is between 18 and maybe 40 or 60, 55 is the, so 18 and 55. Nothing changes. There won't be any. But you can enter 22, you can enter 33, but you cannot enter 11. You'll get an error. Excel won't allow you to enter the number 11 because it is not matching with the data validation restriction defined in the cell. Okay, so that's one type of validation. Okay, but the problem is I'm going to clear all type of validations, but let me purposefully have some invalid values here. 10. It's not cleared. Okay, so I'm putting some 11, 8, and 3, also 66. Okay, we know that these are invalid values, right? So let's see what happens when you apply a validation to a set of cells that has already have invalid data. So whole number between 18 and 55. Okay, won't be any problem. Okay, unless you open it. Okay, you open it, then you won't be allowed to enter that. Okay, you won't be allowed to enter that, and you cannot enter the same values again. Okay, by default, if you have an invalid values in the cell, Excel won't give you a problem. You just ignore it. But if you are editing it, then you cannot press enter. You can give cancel. Okay, keep it like that. So what do? You go to data validation. There will be a below part. Okay, below the button there will be a 3 other options. There will be circle invalid data and clear validation circle. Just give circle invalid data. So it will show you a red circle of the invalid data. So first thing to do, so let's say you want to validate, but if there are already invalid values, just apply the validation and circle invalid data. So you can see that those are the invalid. So how to remove the circle? Just clear validation circle. Okay, so that is with A. So let's try 18 is allowed and 18.5 no, because it's a whole number validation. If we want a decimal, we should have selected. So 7 not allowed and 56 is also not allowed. 18 to 55 is our range. Okay, so still we have that 11 and 3. That was before validation. Okay, now let's say you can also try different validation. Now I'm giving sex. Okay, data validation. Go to take list. So decimal, I'm not explaining the same thing. You can if you want to allow decimals, you can have all these data values like equal to, not equal to, between, not between, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, take list. Okay, then source, from where should we take the list? So I'm going to somewhere where I'm not using. I'm just putting male, female, others. I'm just selecting it. Go to data validation again, then list. I'm asking the source. I'm selecting this 3. Okay. Now you won't be. You can enter obviously anything, but won't allow it. But the best part is there will be a small drop down, just like our filters had, right? Small drop down which will give you our values, valid values, so that they can select from that. See, but you won't be able to see. You don't have a problem. Somebody giving M instead of male or F instead of female, don't have a problem because validation ensures that your data are valid. Clear. Same thing. Same thing will happen here. If I had invalid data, it will allow at first, but if you can't edit it, you can change into another invalid data. How do you spot the invalid data? Just circle the invalid data. Okay, so that is, I'm just filling data. Okay, now the next one is login time. You can also do this for date and okay, login data validation. Time. Let's say our company has a login policy. Everybody has like it should be work starts at 10, but you should be punching in between 9:45 a.m. and 10:15 a.m. Okay, time between. So you won't be allowed to. So you can't punch in at 8:45. Not allowed. But 9:26 not allowed. 9:56 a.m. is allowed. Okay, so data validations. So let's say you already have some data. 9:26 a.m. Sorry, 9:26 a.m. Oh, it's already validated. I'm just going to remove the validation. Okay, you already have some data. 9:26 a.m. It's not cleared. Why? Clear. Okay. 9:26 a.m. 9. So here we have 9:15 a.m. Okay, then 10 a.m. Then maybe 10:05 a.m. Okay. Now, if I do the validation, just like any other validation, it will allow. It won't, give an error or anything. But you cannot change it. Okay. Okay, it's not date, it's time. So 9:45 a.m. Here again, invalidators. Clear? Validation circles. Similarly, you can apply for logout time. This can also be applied to, dates. So let's say you want it to be on a particular date. Okay. Date. Clear? So this is all about data validation. And if you want a custom validation where you have a custom formula, let's say this shouldn't be anything apart from this, you need a custom formula to validate, that also can be given here. Okay. Then date time list we decided. So these two are numbers. This is a list if you want to drop down, and this is date and time. You can have between begins anyway. Then you have text length. Let's say you're not supposed to store passwords as raw data. Everybody knows that. But let's say you have your company have a policy that the password should be at least 8 characters, text length between 8 and 32. It's a default. Okay, usually password should be at a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 32. So again, go to circle invalid data. So these are invalid passwords. I just gave an example. Don't ever store your passwords in an Excel sheet. Okay. See, I deleted that. Still, the circle is there. Just clear. If you give away, it won't work. Clear. Now, some interesting things that you have to, think is, see, I'm entering an invalid data, 42. It's not allowing me, right? It's not allowing me, but this message doesn't make any sense. Let's say you're sending this file to somebody to fill and they don't understand this message. So what you can do is, while setting the validation, you can give two. First thing is the input message and error alert. Okay, let's talk about input message. So this is login time. You can give a title, okay, and enter login time. You type any text in natural language. So time between 9:45 and 10:15. And what will happen? So I click OK. So the moment you go there, you'll get that text so that the users know what to enter there. Okay. Again, we have one more option, error alert. What kind of an error should we give? So you can customize. So it's a warning, or it's an information, or it's an error. So the title is invalid login time. So the time you entered is invalid. Please enter time between 9:45 and 10:15. Okay. So what happened? You can try again. That message will come invalid. So this is the title and you can also configure the icon. Clear? So that is data validation. 3 settings, 3 tabs. First is setting, what kind of a validation it is. Then input message, what kind of this is where you give the users what kind of a data are you asking. Okay. Then error alert. If the data entered is invalid, what kind of an error is the user getting? Clear? So that's about data validation. Clear? We're good. Anybody online? So we started a little late. So I was asking them, do you have any doubts on topics what we discussed yesterday?
No,
Any
sir.
doubt? Okay. Okay. If you want to repeat any topics, just put it on the chat bot. I can, sometime when we get time in between, we can discuss it again. Okay. So that's about. Please mute your mics, everybody. So. Okay, cool. Now we're talking about data visualization. So yesterday we saw conditional formatting, right? Different types of conditional formattings. So conditional formatting is one way to visualize your data, but that's not the most used way to visualize your data. So data visualization is important because it can give you a lot of insights about the data. For example, let's say I have some. Yeah. So I have a data here. So all this data I have already prepared and bought, so that I don't have to type it up again. So this data, Delhi, Pune, Mumbai, Kochi, these are different branches and their sales. Okay. So sales as in why are the sales like this? Maybe in millions. I don't know. Okay. So looking at this data doesn't make any sense. Okay, just select the data. Okay, select the data, go to insert. Okay, go to insert. Then click on a recommended chart. This recommended charts feature is only available on latest feature. Otherwise, you have to, decide what kind of a chart you want. Okay, I'm just going to recommended charts. it's giving me a clustered column. I'm just clicking OK. So now I got a chart. It's a little bigger. I'm making it small and I'll move it here. Okay. Okay, this is much better. This tells me more. This gives me more insights. This chart gives me more insights than the table, right? So that's the importance of data visualization. So you remember when you're in school, you had to draw charts. What was that name of that sheet? uh, Graph sheet. You have to buy graph sheets. Then you'll be given a data like this. Then the first thing you do is to find the scale. Looking at then 1 block, 1 centimeter cube is how much in data. The best part in Excel is you don't have to deal with anything. It's automatic. So just imagine. So I know all these numbers are below 80, right? Looking at here, I'm just making one of them to 200. So see what happens to the chart. The scale gets adjusted automatically. See, otherwise it was flat. So the more I'm making it 1,000, so the others doesn't. You can't see much of a difference there. Okay, so the scale gets updated automatically. Clear? I'll be sending this. You can type up your own data, but this is easy for comparison, right? A clustered column. Now maybe let's try another chart. Okay, you can have multiple charts. Select the data again, go to insert. This time I'm not going with the recommended charts. I'm going to explore these charts myself. So these are the column chart that we just got. We call it bar graphs as well. Okay, now this time I'm going for a pie. Pie chart is, sorry, not that small. It's a pie chart. Now, a pie chart gives you fractional information by plotting a circle sliced into different segments, and the area of segments will give you. Jashim, are you trying to say something? Okay, fine. So a pie chart. It will take a full circle, then relatively slice all the parts according to the data. And this base part is called a legend. Okay, you can customize pretty much anything. Okay, so that's the best part with Excel charts. If you want to change this heading, branch wise sales, okay, that can be done. Then you want to change these colors. Just click on the charts, you get 2 new tabs. So by default, all these white tabs, they are default standard. So you click on something, you get something, 2 more. So that is, one is format and one is chart design. So for a single chart, you can have multiple chart styles. See, there are more. Okay, maybe I like this. This is much better. So this tells me what Pune and Delhi, sorry, Mumbai and Delhi is pretty much same. Okay, having a percentage is always better, but this is I opted for this percentage chart style because if there was no percents, it would be pretty much okay, difficult to identify without. See, if the data are not very distinguishable, like it's not very different. See, Mumbai 67 and Delhi 65. If it was 77, then fine. Pie chart can give you a better idea. Okay, so this kind of charts, I would rather go with a bar because it's easy to compare. Okay, then we'll try a different type of charts. So this chart only had one label and one value, right? One label and one value, branch L. But look at this data. This data has different series of data. So this is one series of data, another different series of data. You see what happens. Go to select the data, go to insert. Let's go with a clustered column itself. It's too big. See. So right now it is giving me, so these are schools. These are schools and their results in different years. Okay, so right now it is giving me, it is grouping those bars by school name. Just click this chart, go to chart design, click this button, switch row or column. Click that. Now what happened? Your series just got changed. See again, what's happening? So year-wise different school comparison is this. Okay, so it is just switching between row and column. Clear what happens? So why this is important is, by default, if you generate a chart, it might not be in a way you wanted. So just go and click switch row column. Fine. So if you want to change data, so this is the data right now, and click on a chart and change the data. Or if you want to change the chart type itself, it's also here. You know, there are different type of charts. A lot of charts are there, but you have to decide what is best for your data. Clear? For this, I don't think a pie chart would be possible because it has multiple classes of data. Okay, now let's try. So this kind of clustered columns are very, useful for comparing different series of data. Okay, let's say you have 5 schools and you have data of 4 years. So this kind of you can compare. Okay, so from this data I can see, I can understand which school had the most scores in which years. But this analysis gives me which school has an overall consistency and overall which school is improving, which school is not improving, kind of that data. So this is important. Okay, then if you don't want the title, you can just click that and delete it. It's all customizable. Okay, if you want to change the chart colors, you have different change colors, different colors here. You're putting this chart on a somewhere where you have a color preference, or your company have a color scheme for graphs, you can use that. Okay, so clear. And we have different type of charts. See this data. So this was similar to our old data, but it have for all the year. So I'm just selecting it. Okay, going to insert. We have a chart like this, but let's try a line chart. Let's see what happens. Might be a little different. Yeah, so each branch has a different color. Maybe we'll, yeah, so green is Delhi. So a line chart can be used for continuous data. If the data is not continuous, you have two type of data: continuous and discrete data. Continuous are like there are no stopping points, it just flows. So line charts are useful for continuous data. Clear? And you also have area charts. and this are same. Actually, they just divided it by maybe 10 lakh or something. So that is 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. So they just divide it by 1 lakh. Clear? Same. Then go to inside. Try. We'll see a recommended charts. It will be clustered columns. Okay. But you can use this. See, switch column. It will give you what is part of. So okay, this data is not that. I'll use this data. Go to recommended chart. Change chart type. I want a column chart. Okay. So, but see, in January, Delhi. Sorry. It's not sales actually. So in each month, how each branch performed and how each branches. So how was Delhi throughout the year? Same with our schools. It's a bigger data set. So clear. So the problem with charts is like you can't show everything. When you get the right type of data, try. Okay, I'll be sending these samples, but it is better you imagine something, type up a synthetic data and try charts on it. Okay, so it's a very powerful visualization element. Clear? Okay, now so today we discussed about data validation and charts, data visualization. Okay, now what we are going to is we'll work with multiple sheets. So Excel can have multiple sheets, right? We talked about this. Excel file is called a workbook. So in a workbook, there are different worksheet. Excel doesn't use the term spreadsheet. They use this called worksheet. Okay, so you can add up to n number of sheets. Okay, double click to rename it. So my name, I can rename it. Okay, then you can have Jan, Feb. You can give whatever names you want. You can also, if you right click, you can also delete, rename. If you want to insert a sheet in between, you can also do that. Then move a copy, we'll come to that. Then view code is for macro. You can change the tab color. Okay, if you want to, and you can also click and drag to move sheets. Normally in a notebook, if you want to put this first page to last, it's not possible, right? So but here you can. And one thing very important is, let's say I have, this is my sheet 1, right? By default, this is my sheet 1. Okay, and I have, so let's say I have a data here, maybe some number. I have a data here. This is accessible from equal to B2. I can get access it from this sheet, right? Anywhere in the sheet. Even if I go to the end equal to B2, still gives me that number. But you go to this sheet and you say equal to B2, you get something? No, because there's another B2 here. So how you call it? Okay, so what we used to do if we doesn't know the cell address, just put equal to and click on that particular cell. All you have to do is just put equal to, go to the other sheet and click the cell address and press enter. Okay, then you got the other value. But when you look at the formula, you can see equal to sheet 1 and apostrophe B2. Okay, so I don't need this, I can type it. So I have a formula here 232 A1, but that's in the Feb sheet Feb. Okay, so I'm just equal to coming here equal to Feb apostrophe A1. I get that value here. This is very important because you won't be storing all your data in a single sheet. This can work with lookups also. Yesterday we talked about lookup, right? You're finding up details of an employee where your entire employee data is in another sheet, and you're building a dashboard or something where you do your analysis. You want to call this sheet refer, we call cell references. You can still have this A1, so you drag it down, it'll give you A2, just like that. Clear? That's how you work with multiple sheets. You can refer here and there. Now, another option is, let's say this contains some sensitive information. Just right click, protect sheet. Okay. Then this is important. When are the cases when you need to protect sheet? If you need to give your entire Excel file a password, we have another step, but a particular sheet, if you want to protect a particular sheet. So let's say I'm giving a password 123, that's my password, but different levels of passwords. So let's say let's say you typed and built a very good report, maybe I made this data, I formatted it, I changed it and styled it in my way. Okay, this is my data. I'm going to protect the sheet. Okay, protect the sheet. Then I can select locked cells, select unlocked cells, then format cells. These are like for what you do you need the password. So I'm just giving format cells. Okay, format cells, so that you won't be able to do anything. See, the cell or chart you're trying to change is a protected sheet. To make a change, you might be requested to enter a password. So how do you unprotect? Right click again, unprotect sheet. It'll ask you what's the password, 123, and enter the password. Okay, now 123. Now if I want to do anything, I cannot. I'm just unprotect. It'll ask me for your password. If you enter the password, then you can do anything. Clear? It's a very simple feature in Excel. You can imagine you have a notebook and you have a certain parts of notebook where you don't want others to see. That's all. So this is basically for if I don't want anybody to see this, yeah, you might have to hide it. It's gone. How do you unhide? Here is what you have hide it. So inserting a sheet, then maybe inserting a sheet, protecting a sheet, changing tab colors, renaming, all these are sheet options you get. Okay, now let's say I have this data here. I want to make a copy of it. You want to try something new, but you are scared that you might end up ruining your original data. So what you do, you right click, move or copy. Okay, then it will ask, by default it will be move. Just move to end, select move to end, and create a copy. So what happened? It will give you a copy. So you can do anything. See, you have a copy. And this is also possible. Let's say I have two files. So I have my one file here and we have our other file here. Okay, this is our sheet 1 file. Okay, so this data, let's say you want to copy this page, this sheet to this file. Also possible. Open both simultaneously, move or copy. Then to book, it will show you the open books. Book one is also open on the right. Select that, then it will show you the sheets of that. Move to end. So if you don't select create a copy, it will be moved. Everybody knows what the difference between move and copy, right? Cut and copy. This is cut. Cut means copy and delete from the source. The others is just copy. So create a copy. So I'll get the same data here. Okay. So if you are if you want to create all your working samples in a single file, but I'm giving you different files, you can copy it and put it on a single sheet. Fine. Okay. Now that's about sheets. Now to get to the next part, I wanted to. You haven't received any mails, right? Okay. I had actually shared a in-class materials. So can you do me a favor, everybody? Can you put your email ID on the chat bot? Sorry, chat box. Yeah, Vedika, can we revise the last class? Sure. Can we do it at last when we have time? Yeah. Just put your mail ID. I want to send you guys a mail. Yeah, maybe you can say it. Okay. I want your mail IDs. Email. A double A R O N J U D E dot S dot
22
okay. Now MAH ZAIN 32 at
gmail.com.
yeah
Shivaji
SHI
VA
VA
JI
GO okay WDA 2 okay. Then yeah, actually I'm sending you some files, okay, and I want all of you to open. So we're going to do some hands-on. So we're going to talk about pivot charts, okay. So NR is also fine. Now the next one, move this here. Okay, next. Everybody done? Okay, so now I want to get auto data, then a superstore. Should I send the nodes along? I'll send it later, but okay, I've sent you two files. I want you to open it and just take a plain look at the data. So people online, if it is possible, I want you guys to, share your screen so that I can see how you can, not now at the session. Okay, so just want to see. Okay, or is it possible to put images in the chat box? I don't know. Let's try that. Okay, so you got the mail. Okay, so we have two files there. The first one is, I'm going to close it. So I want you to open raw data. Okay, raw data. It's a, the company Nestle. It's a some data set from them. It has around 10,000 rows. Okay, it's a very big data set. So let's try. Okay, so I want you to find. I want you to find the whole sum of sales from the city, maybe Ahmedabad or Pune. So Pune, it is 175 here. Then okay, then we have so I want you to add all those by using formula. We can do it using SUMIF, right? SUMIF. So I'm selecting from here all the way down. So instead of going all the way down, what I can do is from F2 to I know there are 10,000 rows, so I'm just giving 10,000. 10,000 rows, so 10,001. I think that will be fine. Then the criteria, I'm just typing Pune. Okay, I can have one more optional parameter that says where to check the range. So I'm just giving I to I this 10,001. So this is the sum of Pune. Okay, just try this. So this is Pune. And for Mumbai, same formula. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm analyzing the data and trying to get a summary. Okay, instead of doing this, I also have another option. Okay, let's say instead of typing this Pune, I can refer this cell, right? I can just refer this cell so that if I copy it, copying the formula, not copying the entire cell. What's the difference between copying the cell and copying the formula? If you copy the cell, it will fill automatically, which means your A1 will become A2. That I don't want. Or other ways, I can just always use absolute referencing. See, I'm just converting all of this to absolute reference, except my N6. N6 is where I said Pune, right? Okay, Pune, if I drag it to Mumbai, it will be the sales of Mumbai. Fine. Now, how do I get the, how many cities are there? Equal to, it's a function called unique. It's a new function. It won't be in all unique of that range. So these are the different, all these data are repeated, right? So once you open the data, what you can say is it's a day-wise product sales of different products that is done by different salesmen in different cities in different zones. Okay, that's his data about from 1/1/2007 all the way to December 31st, 1 year data. Okay, so this is how did I get the unique values equal to unique of. I'm just cutting it and I'm pasting it here. Okay, now this one. See, I got using SUMIF. Clear? Now, what if I want average or total? Total is SUMIF. What if I want an average? So the best way to do it is not like this. It is good that you know formulas, but the best way to deal with data like this is first convert it into a table. What's a table? Go to insert and click table. So it will get automatically selected the range. Okay. If your table has headings, the table has headings, just select my table has headers. They'll just style by default, they'll style your table a little bit, change the colors. Okay. You can see you're out of a table and you're inside this table. See a new tab called table design will be there. You see that? Table design. Okay. So why you convert table? A table by default, you can access that table. You can set that, instead of giving, if you want to A1 all the way to A1 to I 10,001 is the range of this table, right? How do you know? See, you go to insert table. They'll ask where is the data of your table. By default, it is selected A1 to AI 10,001. That's the range of this table. Okay, top left and bottom right cells. That's how you select define a range. If it is just vertical, A1 to A5. So this has multiple columns. So top left to bottom right. So my data has headers. Okay, you can set a name for your table. Okay, sales table. Okay, now the best part is you can access that sales table. You can call that sales table. So let's say you're looking up for a function. Equal to sales will give you the entire table. Or you're going to some other places, see some other equal to sheet 1 apostrophe sales. You can get that data here as well. Okay, let's say we talked about lookup tables and all, right? And that is one feature of converting your data into a table. Another one is by default it will be filtered. You get filters, and styling is much easier. you have different styles, lot of styles. See, whatever you want, you can. Then banded rows, if you don't want this, alternate coloring, that's banded rows. If you want banded columns, alternate row coloring. Okay. Then you can add a total row at last. If you add a total row, by default, there will be a total row. Okay. See the best part is you can filter it. See, you can filter it based on your east zone. Okay. See, the best part is your sales also, total also gets updated. That's called subtotaling. Okay. See the formula. I didn't type this formula is equal to subtitle of. I didn't type this formula. I just went to my table design. Sorry. I just went to my table and I ticked this total row. Okay. So you get a lot of, features about converting to table. Clear. Now, if I want, see, all I have to do instead of doing all these SUMIFs and stuff, all I had to do was see. I'll just go to this table and add a total row, and I'm just selecting the city to. Sorry, clear this filter. I'm selecting the city Pune. So I get all the data of the Pune and the sum of Pune. This was the same number we got there. Fine. Clear? Now, so instead of sum, if you want something else, average, count, then standard deviation, this is more functions it will give you. Clear? So that's the best part of converting your data into a table. Okay, so that's a normal table. Clear? So we know that if you convert your data into table, you can easily work. I forgot to ask, is there anybody who didn't get the file, or everybody got, right? All of you got? Is there anybody who didn't get, you can just put a message in the chat box. I'll send it again. Click on the table, then table design will appear. What's your version?
2016.
16 should come. Have you converted it to a table? Just 1 second. This is not Microsoft Office. This is WPS Office. That's the problem, I guess. This is Microsoft Office. So you use this. Open that file in Excel. That was not Excel. That was W. So I told you, Google Sheet, different. There are different products of spreadsheets. Everything works well, but the menus interface would be different. Okay. So what we're trying to do with this data is, I'm going to insert. Okay. See carefully steps. What we're trying to do is, see, it works with all the filtering. I had a, okay. Now let's say you want to, so we have 3 years of data. So I only want 2018. You want to know the total. You're getting it here. Okay. So subtotal comes by default. Not by default if you enable it, a total row. If you don't, then you can, if you don't want the filter also. So I have some filters here. And you can do that. And now the next thing I'm going to do is, we had filters, right? There will be a button called insert slicer. Okay, slicer. So it will ask you for which column do you want a slicer. I'm just saying, date. Okay. So, okay, not this. I'm deleting this slicer. Sorry, insert, sorry. Table design, insert slicer. Okay, let's say about zone. I'm selecting zone. Okay. Now you will get a small dialog like this. And let's say I also enable my total row. Okay. Now, the best part is if I click on east, it will be all the data will be east. You can filter your data. If you want multiple, there will be a small button like this. You can select. Now it is east and south. It's a same as filter, but it's a more graphical user way to interact with your sheet. So let's say you're making a dashboard or something. You have bulk data. You want to give a report. You can use this slicers. Okay, fine. So everybody just work with a table and the slicers and everything. We're taking a short break, 10 minutes. Okay, maximum 10 minutes. Just go get a coffee or something. Okay, we're taking a break. So just get to know both the data sets. Okay. Okay, we'll start. Now, so this is slicers. Slicers are basically, filters, but in a, this is same as you going here and doing this. Okay. Now we have a table, right? Go to insert, click on pivot table. Okay. So it will ask you which table. Okay. It'll ask you which table. Okay. Since I have a name table, I have given my table name sales. Okay. It'll ask that. Or if you are not, you haven't converted your data to a table, also you can, it will by default select the range and give you it will, for here it will be like A1 to A I1 10,001. Okay. Then, so that's your source. Select a table or range from where. So if you have a named range, just give that. Okay, then choose where do you want to put the pivot table. Where do you want the pivot? So you can either put it in the existing worksheet or on a new worksheet. I prefer a new worksheet. So I'm going to click. Now, if I click OK, a new sheet will be created and we are getting something. Okay, so first you don't have to do alone. First I'll just see what I'm doing, then I'll do it again one time so you can do along with me. Okay, fine. See, now inside the pivot table, just like if I click anywhere else, nothing will happen. Inside the pivot table, on your right, a new a section will come. Okay, so you have filters, columns, rows, values, and on the left you have all the columns of your data. Okay, very simply what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag the product into rows. This product into rows. So all my unique products came. See, I had how much? It's a 10,000 records, but only this much unique. All others are repetition. Okay, now I'm going to move this net sales into values. Net sales into values. See, I already automatically got sum of net sales. Okay, so how to remove the, just drag it back. See, I'm just dragging the zone to rows. See, my zone is in rows and values. What is this? This is the sum of. So how did we do it? I'm just do it again. See, I just went there on the data, go to insert pivot table, new worksheet. New worksheet. Okay, I just dragged the zone to rows and net sales to values. See how simple it is. You got that analysis. Okay, imagine there was no pivot tables. This is basic. You can do much more with pivot table. Imagine there was no pivot tables. You have how much formula you would have to write. Okay, SUMIF of the table. Okay, then you'll have to find the unique values. Now the best part is, so this is rows, right? You can add a, let's say, maybe a product to columns. Okay, see what happens. Each zones, so this is each zones. This is each product. Okay, so you asked me how much of this Milky Bar stick, how much of this Milky Bar stick was sold on, what is the net sales in the south zone? This is your value. Okay, then you can have multiple here. So let's say, I'm dragging the city along with zone. Understood. Zone is above, sit is below. So see, east, each cities. Understood. Each zones has a total also. So what I want you to do is, we'll try it again together. Go to your data, go to insert this data. You have already opened this data, right? Go to insert and pivot table. Okay. Pivot table.
It's not working for me.
It's not working. So yeah, then try WPS. I don't know if it will be the same. Sales, new worksheet. You're putting it here. Then just so always put your values where you have your numbers to values. Okay. So if you don't give any other columns, it will be the sum of that column. Okay. Then just drag your zone to rows or columns. That depends on what you want to make. Okay. So let's say this is my here my column is product and row zone, but I can interchange. See, so this is much easier to understand. Okay. Hope everybody has the data. Just try creating a pivot table. Let me know if you're having any trouble. If you need any help, then you can share your screen and show me what you're doing. And
What should I do here?
so select a range. Just give a range. Select it and click it all the way till down. Or it will take forever. Do one thing. Just change this into where you want to new worksheet. Okay. Now same things. You can drag it. Okay. So this data tells me how each of the products, their sales is on different regions. Anybody online, if you need any help, let me know. If you're not able to, figure out the, you getting? Okay. So don't put both. This is actually it. So okay, I want you to create your own pivot table. Yeah. Sure. New worksheet, yeah. That's a source reference. Let's do one thing. We'll just create a table. Okay, then Create to summarize with your table. Merge. So it's opened as read only. And just do one thing. Save as browse. Just do it in desktop. Data. Then now that was because it was opened as read only. They want. Okay. Okay. So now so I can have multiple. Okay. So now it's all about finding the finding what you want and doing a summarizing based on these columns, rows, and values. So I have only one. So here instead of sum, click here value field settings. I can change it to average as well. So this is the average sales of that region for that product. Okay. Now you can also add. I'm changing it back to sum. Now my date as you can also do it based on date. So let's say I have month, year. So I'm just this adding this year to row. See. Okay. By default, you will have this plus minus buttons. So you can, we call it collapse and expand. So you have 4 years of data. You can expand it and see. See, this is summarizing actually. This is like 2017 and products. This is because we have two elements inside our rows, right? So see, other ways to collapse field and expand field you'll be having here. Okay. Now go to design. Then you can have a subtotal. If you don't want this totals to be shown, go to subtotal. Do not show subtotals, but it is better to have a subtotals. See, you can either choose it to show at bottom or at the top. Okay, so these are just without even writing a formula, we are analyzing a very big data set. Okay, now what I want you to do is you can have multiple pivot charts in the same way. So I'm going to ask you a simple question. Which chocolate, so we had, this is our data, which of this chocolate, okay, has a higher average sale on Sunday? Simply. So that's a question somebody might want, right? You have a big data. So what I want to know is which of these chocolates have a highest average sale on a Sunday? Anybody online can also try and give me the answer. So based on what you need, you should be able to customize your forms. You have to adjust your pivot tables. You already have a day column in the data, right? So anybody online? You can either do it or unmute and say, or you can put in the chat box. So the question was, maybe I can type the question. I'll write it. Which product has the highest average sale on Sunday? Anybody? Okay, Nestle Fab. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'll try this. I have one answer here. I'll try this one, then maybe we'll let you do the others. Okay, so here I'm removing everything. Okay, I only have sum of net sales in my values. I'm just adding day to columns. Okay, day to columns and product to rows. Okay, now I have, see, the value is sum. So I'm going to go to value field settings and change into average. Okay, now these are the products. See, these are the products that I have. So no, Nestle Fab is 639 and Nestle KitKat Corn has a 1033. See, if the decimals are making a problem, just remove the decimals. See, round the values. See, this is the answer. KitKat Corn. Fine. So my next, so that is my KitKat Corn. Sorry. Okay. Now let's say which product has the most sale or highest. Most means highest. Highest. This is some highest sale on zone east. Which product sells better on the zone east? Yeah. Anybody online? I can't see your screen. So it would be better if you could share your screen and no, sales, sum of sales, average. So you're able to do? Let me know if you need any help. Sorry? Nestle Fab. Yeah. Let's try. Nestle Fab. So what was the question? Highest sale on zone east, right? So I don't want day. I'm just changing this day with zone. So this is my zone east, but it's an average. I'm making it back to sum. Now, so I think this one, Aero Min Pots. This one, right? Yeah, I think. What we can do? Why can't we sort it?
Check what is the highest total. Putting some formulas.
Sorry?
Like if the east column, these measure the numbers.
Ah.
Can we check if
Yeah, this. Yeah. Actually, it is Smarties pop-up. The see Nestle Smarties pop-up. Fine. Now these are analytical questions that okay. Can I ask another one? Which now we are going to which salesman has the highest sales for a particular product? Let's say Nestle Fab. Yeah. Which salesman? Yeah. Which salesman has the highest? I'm not getting any response from you guys online. So are you able to do? Can you at least maybe? Are you able to do this, or do you need any help? Smarties pop-ups. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we have a new question. Maybe I'll put the questions also in the chat board. Yeah. Which salesman has the highest sale for Nestle Fab? So salesman can go into rows maybe. Then products can go into zone. I don't want. Okay. Oh, we have a lot of salesmen, right? Okay. Nestle Fab. I'm going to sort. This is my guy, I guess. No, I was not asking about the zone. I was asking about which salesman, which particular salesman has the highest sales for. See, I already have my solution here. See, just drag your product to columns and salesman to rows, and yeah, yeah, Shadi Silva. He has the highest. we asked for Nestle Fab, right?
It's like that.
Okay, let me sort it. Yeah, Shari Siva. So what did we do? We put the product to columns, salesman to rows, and values. So it's all about knowing what to put where to get your value. So let's try something else. Okay. So the next question is, which zone sells more chocolate on Friday? Which zone sells more chocolate on Friday? Which zone sells more chocolate on Friday?
Go to open the pivot table again.
Just click on this table.
North.
North. Is it? We'll see. Any other answers from people online? I don't know actually. I can't. If anybody is having any trouble, just share your screen and unmute and ask. Actually, we already have left his hands on. So you should be able to, get your pinpoint values, answers from larger data sets. Okay, then let's do one thing. So we'll learn a few more tricks. Then I'll ask this kind of questions, and then it will be better for you. Yeah, we have another answer north. So the question was which zone, right? Zone to columns, product, bags, salesman not needed, but I might need day. So Friday, which zone? So I think I can. Friday, which zone? Yes, north. Right? It's not. Yeah, correct answer. So what I'm going to do is I'll just get this product rows and make my base table. So you can also create chart with pivot table. It's called a pivot chart. Go to here itself, you'll have a pivot chart. Okay, recommended will be this one. I'm just opting for that one itself. Okay, now this is my okay. Now this is my pivot table and this is my pivot chart. Okay, go here, click here, go to this pivot table analyze. First, insert a slicer. My first slicer is for zone. Okay, my first slicer is for zone. Okay, I got a slicer. Now what does the slicer do? It's basically a filter. If you want it in, so this is 111, you want it 2 by 2, just right click, sorry, just click on it and there will be a slicer menu, add a column here. Okay, now Now what will happen if I click north? If I click north, both the table and the chart gets updated. See, it's actually filtering your base table and the pivot table. See, if you want north and south, just click this button, north, south. So this is your north and south. Clear? So that's a filter. I'll keep my filter here. Okay. Now I'm going to put another slicer. It's called month. Okay. Again, I'll make it 2 columns so that I can save space. Okay. Now what does this do? This is my analysis for April month. Okay. I'm keeping on adding slicers. Let's say I want then maybe city. So city there'll be a lot of cities at start. Don't worry about it. See, cities are connected to zone, right? So if you click south, this will only be available. Understood? West, the city will change. Okay, now let's say I add one more, maybe. I can keep on adding. Let's say pivot, insert slicer here. So I have just trying to save space here. Okay, now another maybe day also I can add. Yeah, why not? I'll add another slicer for day. Okay. Day. I'm also making it 2 columns so that all the days. Anything else we can add? Any other columns? No, I think it's fine. Okay. So now I'm going to ask the same question. Which product has the highest sale on zone east? What I'll do, I'll select zone east. Done. Look at the chart, you get the answer. Smarties pop up.
Yeah.
See. Now, what was the next question? Which product sells? Sorry, what was the question again? Which zone sells more chocolate on Friday? That we can't get it from here. This is all about products. Which products? Any questions you can answer from here. So let me ask you something. Which product sells best on Sundays? Maybe on January, it's another. So it's all about filtering your data. Okay. So Nestle Toffee Company was the answer. One more thing. So these are slicers, right? So just try keeping this table, put a pivot chart, and so this is like a dashboard for that data. Okay, you want any information related to that data, you can use this slicers. So one more thing I want to, apart from slicer, you also can insert a timeline. Okay, you can insert a timeline, but timeline you can't insert for all. You only have date columns. You can insert a timeline. So a timeline will look like this. I'm just putting it here. See, now it's 2021. You can select from, see, based on this data, there is no 2021 here. years. So 2017. Okay. So if you select years here, you have a 20. If you want 2018 to 2020, you can make this timeline like this. Clear? So this is only 2020 data. This is only 2019 data. So, and you can make it months also. See, if you want a report of a particular product from 2018 December to 2019 May, this is the data. See, so this you got yourself a dashboard with pivot charts without typing a single formula. See how cool is that? So just try making something like this. Okay. Yeah. Now, can you? I want something like this. Just try. Create a pivot table like this, then create a chart from it, then add slicers and timeline. Just try. Yeah. You have timeline?
That option I don't have.
Timeline is not there. Slicer is there. Insert a slicer.
Wait till you get that slicer. Wait till you get that slicer.
Click on the table. Let's go to this options. Then maybe if I ask like which product was sold, which is the most selling product in Bangalore, we can find it, right? Anybody online, if you have any doubt or if you can't get it working, so what we are doing here is we have asked everybody to create a dashboard like this. After this, we'll go to the next data set. This is one case. We have another case study. Under the table, how to create that? Actually, Nikhil, it is not under the charts. Just click on the pivot table Click on the pivot table. Then you will be having a pivot table analyze menu. From there, you can go to pivot chart. It's not a normal chart. It's actually a pivot chart.
Sir, I am asking about this under the chat. It's there, sir. That date
Sorry,
one.
which one?
Date.
Oh,
Yeah.
this. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll click on the pivot table. See, I'm clicking on the pivot table. Then go to pivot table analyze and insert timeline. Right next to insert slicer. Insert timeline.
Okay.
It'll ask me. It'll only show me. It won't show me all other product. It only show me the date columns. Then.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Understood, sir.
Thank you. So this is way easier to, just you can sort or filter your data. So which chocolate sells most on Bangalore? Which is the most selling product on Bangalore? Nestle Smarties Top Up, yeah. Then which product sells most on Wednesdays? Okay, Wednesday, same. Okay. See, if you create, let's say you have a, you have some place where you, so this is sheet, this is going on and on, right? Next date it goes. You create another sheet and create a dashboard like this. So you can do a lot of analysis. Fine. Okay. Now, similarly, okay. So slicers. Okay, we have one more thing. Okay, it's called the filters. So see, columns, rows, and values we discussed. Filters are basically the same thing. So let's say I create this zone to filter. Okay, so above this I can get a filter north. This is same as slicers. Okay, see, you just created a slicer, right? So what does it do? It filters your data, right? You can either go for one, or by clicking this button you can select multiple. The same, if you drag the zone to filter, see, look at the table alone. Even the table and the graph, we get a filter like this, our traditional Excel filter. It doesn't look well, but if your goal is not to impress someone, so this kind of a dashboard will be better if you're giving an analytical sheet to your boss or somebody who can just get this kind of information in a few clicks. Imagine how much time would it take if doing it traditionally using COUNTIF, SUMIF, and other kind of stuff. Okay, so now what I want you to do is, see, this is clear, filter also clear. You can add filters. So let's say, so this data, fine. Then maybe okay. Now open. I have sent you another data. Some K Superstore. Just try opening that. There'll be two sheets, sheet 1 and main order. Just main order sheet. Okay, it's a much bigger data set, but it has only 4,000. So what I want you to do is, it's a case study. Just I'll give you 15 max 20 minutes. I want you to generate a pivot table, a dashboard like this. Okay, you know what we created for here. Just understand the data, what is it about, and make a pivot table and send it back to me in mail. Okay, can you do that? People online, I want you to use the second data set. I'll wait. Like I want to see if all of you can do that. If you are having any troubles, people online also, just share your screen and ask. I'll stop my screen sharing so that if you want you can share. Okay, I'm not showing anything more, so I'm stopping. We'll do this for 20 minutes. Okay, so open the second superstore data
Sir,
set. Yeah.
sir, like in that, like in pivot table, sir, for that super data, for superstore, there are more like this one, sir. Order ID, order date. What all we should do, sir?
That's up to you. Any analytical, like whatever you feel it is good, you can do. I'm not giving any questions or anything.
Okay, sir.
Just look at the data, see what you can make. You know, it has more numerical values also. See, there'll be profit, sales, and okay. So you can imagine your which product sells in a higher quantity, which product is generating the most sales, which product is generating the least sales, least profit. Okay, so you generate your own pivot table, work with. If you want, I can give you some questions, but better you create your own. Try playing with the data. Okay, I have stopped my screen share. If any of you want to share your screen, you can. If you need any assistance.
Hello. Hello, Ashik.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Ashik. Ashik, actually, I was attending this session well. Can you send me those documents?
So sorry, can understand.
Hello, am I audible?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you send me the documents? Just now I send you that mail. Actually, I was
Okay.
attending session in
Sure.
well.
Okay, fine. It's okay. I'll send you again. You got it? I've sent it again.
Checking. Just.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Just consider this as a case study, and you know, first understand the data. Just look at the columns and see what this data is about, and see what you can analyze.
Yeah, sure.
If anybody of you need any kind of assistance, you can share your screen. I have stopped my screen share. You can you can create as many pivot tables as you want, right? Put it in different sheets. So what I think is I'm also seeing this data set for the first time. So there are different products, and it is under category and subcategories also there. There are a lot of columns already ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, then their state, region, country, their address, then what kind of a product it is. But the values we have, sale, quantity, discount, and profit. Or nothing is common. You're able to? Okay. Yeah, we need some more time for this.
How to get graphs?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Yeah, let's go and chat. After this?
Yes, we go. Okay, then let's try. So I'm going to you guys online. We only have 5 left. Okay, were you able to do this?
Yes.
Okay, 1. Others, can you?
I'm trying, sir.
Okay, are you having any trouble? I can.
No, sir. Like
No.
I will share once. I will share my screen. Just see, sir.
Sure.
Should I say share my screen?
Yeah. Who Nikhil was asking, right?
No, Saqib.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'll share my screen. Just check it is correct or not.
Nice. Actually, order date shouldn't be a slicer. It will be difficult for you to find order date.
Is my screen is visible now?
Yeah.
Sir, this was my screen. No,
See this
sorry.
one.
Okay. So this is
See, I have
Saqib.
created this one. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So we have different city, quantity, profit. I don't know how does that make sense. Profit shouldn't be a
So I'll
slicer.
cut it off then.
It shouldn't be a slicer. Okay. Then state could be fine. Yeah, ship mode is good. Date. Yeah, ship date and order data timelines. That's good. Yeah.
Correct only, right?
Yeah. Fine. No, like this was not a question. I wanted you to analyze the data and make sense. So
Yeah.
Great job. Thank you. Then you can stop screen sharing. Now, Nikhil, you wanted to show something.
sir. Like it is not that good. Just saw now.
That's why we are here. That's why I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I'm not grading,
Fine.
marking, or anything. So I just wanted to.
No, sir. It was mine, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So order date shouldn't be slicers. They should be timelines.
Okay, sir.
Then you
The
can
ship mode was. This was
actually.
chat. It was. Yeah, sir.
Actually, you should be putting. Okay, how about this? I'll share a few. I'll share a few screenshots of how you can different. So the dashboard is fine. I think you are able to. So just
Once I will do it again, and I will mail it, sir.
sure. Then let's do one thing. Anybody want to show other than this? If you're okay, no problem. If you're having any problems only, I want to see. Okay. Okay. Hope everybody is fine. Now I'm going to share back my screen. Okay. Okay. So now screen is visible, right?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have a bunch of sheets here. So first is sales trend. See, this is one way. So the data is from 2014 to 2017. You can plot since it's a continuous data, you can plot a line chart. Okay. So you can try that. Then the next one is a bar chart based on senders total without years. Okay. Then maybe a line graph. Okay. So see here you can see. Here you can see that it has been splitted into quarters. Okay, so see, but there was quarters in the list, right? So year, month, or order date. That's how it was Done. Okay, maybe you want to try one by one. So first try this. Just put it on different shapes like this, sheets like this. Okay, so the first one is okay. How about I send you this as well, so you can. That sounds fine. I'll send you this, so I don't have to change it every time. Okay,
Yeah.
you can look it and refer it and say, or like start maybe. I'll send that file as well. So, then I think supposed to final. Sending you another file. It will have different. So first one is we have to do one by one. So sales trend. Try doing this. How do you do it? So how do I make it? I'll put it open it side by side. I'll insert a pivot table. Okay, new worksheet. Okay, then I'll just drag. Do I have year? No. So, but I have order date, right? I'll add them to columns. Okay. No. See, the thing is, I only had a order date, but when you drag it to rows, see, it will be automatically converted to year, quarters, months, and order date, so that you can, expand it. Okay. Then, and let's say total or sales to the values. Okay, and what is this? Let's see. So you all got another mail, should have. Okay, this is actually not the sum of sales. This is actually the count of sales. How many sales happened in that year? How do you change sum to go to value field settings? Change. See, now you can put a pivot chart. See, a line would be better. See, I'll just name it as sales trend. Okay. Now, again, so this is my first. Now, the next question is column chart. Okay. Again, insert pivot table. I'm just doing this along with you, but you don't have to. You can, if you want to do it alone, you can do it. Okay. Now, I'll take the order ID. What is this? Is I think zone wise. Do I have zone? No, we have region here. I'm dragging the region to column. Okay. Then order ID. I'm dragging the order ID to values. Order ID to values, that doesn't make sense. See, when you drag something that is not text, to the values, sorry, not numbers to the value, should be numbers, right? Then only you can find sum. So, but what if the column that you're dragging is not numbers? By default, Excel will consider it as count. Okay, so now I have my second answer. That's a column chart. Yes, I got the. This is the second. So I'm just naming it bar graph. Okay. Now again going back to here, insert a new pivot table, a new sheet. Then what's the next question? Line chart. Okay, line chart. So again, year, order date, then order date and sales, sum of sales. Okay, then sorry, this should not be here. This should be on the row, order date. Okay, and I'm just going to expand this. Okay, then I'm going for a pivot chart. That is a, we talked about line. So this is a line chart. You got the files, right? Second mail I sent.
Yes.
Actually, what I'm doing is I'm going through each files and I'm doing that. I'm at line chart. Now we have pie, bar, area, scatter. We have left. I'm going at one by one. Here, then maybe we have pi. So I'm actually not looking at the graph. I'm actually looking at the pivot table in the sheet and trying to replicate that. So once you have the right table, then you can, it's very easy to make a pivot. It's a single click. So category versus sum of profit. Yeah, that could be nice. Each category, how much is the total profit each category is making. So pivot table, new sheet. So category, product category is there, category is there, and profit. Yeah, we only have 3 product categories. So I think pie, pie chart. That's a pie. Line, then again. So you're able to fine. So this. The next. Yeah, then the next one be this region, right? Region to rows and sales. See this. We can create a area chart actually. See what does this chart means? It's a line chart. It's basically a line chart, but it see this is like what central is 200,000, right? And east is 250,000. Then south is around somewhere between 150,000. Then west is the highest around 300,000. Okay, what does this say? Even if it's 3 regions, it's a profit of sale of our company. So that whatever it is in blue is called the total. Okay, so this kind of places where you can use area chart. Then we have a
this is the data we already have. How to get a pivot option? It's not coming.
pivot.
In the pivot option.
Okay, so go to pivot table analyze field list. This is what field list. Show and close. If you can't find this field list, pivot table analyze field list. Okay. So one thing that you have to be very careful while using Excel is before it was menus. It was very easy to find file or format, edit. It was menus. You remember going there, clicking. Now it is all tabs. The problem is, let's say you want to use data validation. Okay, it's a big button over here. But you're on some other computer. Let's say a smaller computer. Where's data validation? It will be difficult to find because see here is data validation. Okay, if you even make it smaller, see data validation is under data tools. Okay, that is one reason to learn shortcuts. Alt D, so Alt A and V, that's data validation. Just keep pressing Alt and move around the menus. Fine. So I think just try working with the data. Since you also haven't got the notes also, right? So this is today's notes. Actually, somebody asked us whether we could revise what we had, but like yesterday's class we revised, right? Who asked it? It was Vedika. Okay, Vedika is now in the meet with us. So we'll just validate to revise what we had did today. So today what I want to give a real hands-on. So at least pivot tables. Okay. Otherwise, all others you practice. Will give you the notes and everything. So you'll be getting all the files. But at least the notes I'll send. Okay, by mail I'll send the both days notes I will send. Okay. So day 2 and Excel notes here. So I'm sending you both days notes. Okay, I've sent you. You'll get it. So data validation, today we saw data validation, different types of data validation. Could be date, time, list, decimal, whole number, list. Okay. Text length also we saw, right? Then different types of error alerts and input messages that we can ask. Okay. It's all clearly written in the, that's why I don't say much on the class, so that you can read the, okay. Then charts, we talked about different types of charts. Okay, then maybe a pivot table, just how to create a, so content wise today we only had a little, but pivot table you should really practice. Whenever you get a large data, just try analyzing it. Okay, both with and with formulas is very important, because sometimes the requirements would be custom. If you have a custom requirement, you might have to use formulas. Okay, so yesterday we talked about one problem, right? Splitting names. Okay, so let me see if I can find the data. Yesterday we talked about what was that? Okay, also this is one file I'm sending you, MS Workbook voluntary test. Okay, so this is like this is not like an exam or anything. You don't necessarily even have to do it unless you want to. Okay, but this is a very long workbook. This has a lot of sheets. Lot as in a lot of sheets. Okay, so there will be something that you don't know as well. Okay, which we haven't discussed in class. Leave that. Okay, most of them it will be that basic. So how it will be structured is the first sheet. This is what I want actually. Come there. Okay, so if you want, I can send you this as well. So first, this is mark. Okay, you have to fill. There will be the second sheet. This will be the answers, but there won't be. You can't get the formula. Okay, so if the answer is right, it will match. Similarly, it's a B2 into C2 from basic to advanced. So it's a really good platform to test your skills. You don't have to send it back to me or tell me or anything. Okay, just clear. Now formulas will be there, just the answers will be there, because so if your formula is right, the answers will match. Clear? Okay, I can send this, but it's not a test or anything. Okay, just keep it when you get time, when you get bored, just try doing this. Okay, now coming back, this is why I wanted to open that. Yesterday we talked about splitting first name and last name, right? First, if you wanted to split names, so how do you do it? Equal to left, using left, right. That's pretty complicated, right? There's an easy way in Excel. Okay, I'm just Allah Rakha. This is how I want, right? Simple. You see. Just go down, press Control E. Control E. So Excel recognizes a pattern there. Just follows along. It's basically filling. So type of filling. Control E. Okay. So you have this. Then why would you need to know left, right? This might not always work. Okay. So you have easy ways. Always you should, of course, you should go for the easy ways. Even if you know pivots, you should still go for, even if you know all the SUMIFs, COUNTIFs, you should still go for pivot tables. Okay. Because time. But you should know, so there's an easy way, but you should know the the actual custom way, because the requirements, we don't know what happens. So maybe let's say I have a dot here, might not work. There is something discrepancies with the data, won't work. Okay. So if you want to ask anything, you can. If you have any doubts, questions, you can ask. Or if you're clear, can I send this file? If you want, I can send. Like,
Yeah.
sure. So, but this is actually not. This file is actually not designed for this class. Okay, because it's from very basic to there. So I'll. Now the file voluntary test. 630 KB. Yeah. It's not a test of you don't have submit this. Anyway, I'm writing this because a lot of students have left the class. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Oh, you already have my mail ID. If you have anything, just write back. Okay. So thank you. I think we are great. Anybody online, any questions? If you want to know anything.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So you are sent.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you.